So now we've gone through and we did edit master for, to slide, edit master, and we've already done edit master for our, sorry with my words, um, for our fonts. But the next kind of step here is to do it with shapes to really give us like a unique formatting. Something that I like to do when I'm looking at formatting is I for sure like to change up some of my color schemes. And so I insert shape, so I can click on shape here. I usually like to have kind of a rounded shape. And I'm going to drop a shape around the title. And then I go Control Shift arrow down. When you go Control Shift arrow down, it will send the shape to the back. And as always, you know me, I like to go to Format Options and drop a shadow behind a shape because that's my jam. So now we have kind of the title highlighted here. Well, I also kind of want a shape around the bottom here. So I'm going to do that. And you can kind of readjust what that shape looks like by dragging on the yellow. Like I said, I'm going to drop a shadow, Control Shift down. Well, oh no, look what I did. So on the Edit Master one, I went through this one on the very first one and I said, here's what I want every slide to look like. Well, the problem is now every single slide has this as its background and I can't delete the shape. So you don't want to do that per se. So I'm going to delete. The only thing you ever want to put on the edit master is typically I have a font, and if I'm giving a presentation, I'll have a banner at the bottom, and I can show you guys how to do that. But typically, you're probably going to want to insert your shapes per slide. Command Shift arrow down again sends it immediately to the back. And so something else that I'll do is I'll also look at things and say, okay, like maybe this is how they have this master slide, but I want to have one that kind of like jets in from the side. I want it to look a little bit sharper. And especially I can kind of do this with color. And so I can give it kind of a bold outline, an 8-point outline. I'm going to drop a shadow. And I'm also going to give it, I'm going to make it like, yellow. But I'm not going to do that yellow because that yellow is rough. So I'm going to do kind of a softer yellow. And now I'm going to click on the shape, Control Shift arrow down, and it sends it to the back. And I'm going to draw this back here. And all of a sudden now I have this kind of a different format. Typically, the formats that I do, I'll have a few squares. I'll have one that kind of looked like that original one we did, where you have a shape, a simple kind of rectangle, and then you have another rectangle below it. And like I said, I like the ones with the rounded out edges. I just kind of feel like they're happier. Um, and you can use the red lines to kind of make sure everything kind of lines up correctly. So I'm going to draw that out. And I can click on both of these and hold down Control and hit both of these and tell it to drop a shadow behind both of them. Command Shift or Control Shift arrow back. And now I have a lot more options in terms of things of that nature. Now, another one that like I enjoy doing is I will say insert and I'll do an insert of a circle. And I'll just do like one circle, and I'll typically just Control C, Control V, Control V. I just copy and paste the same circle 3 times. That way I know that they're all the same size. And this is one of those things where like I highlight it, Control or right click, and I'm going to tell it I want them to be aligned in the center. Nope, because now they're going to stack on top of each other. So I don't want to align them. I'm going to undo that. Oh, my little undo button up here. I want it to align vertically. There we go. So now they're all distributed there. And then I can tell it to distribute horizontally, which means now there's an even spacing between all of them. And again, when I look at this, oh no, I haven't dropped a shadow yet, so I'm going to be sure to drop a shadow. And this is good for when you're doing something that has a, and something, another thing I'll do sometimes, I'll just like, if I don't want to do all the formatting every time, I'll just copy and paste from another one, kind of drag that down. Now these are all in the same row. Just going to arrow them down a little bit. But like I said, I typically give myself some circle ones too, so I can put an image in here with a word below it to kind of minimize the amount of words on a slide.